Hello, everybody. I'm kind of sick right now, but I wanted to record a video. So I just got finished watching a YouTube video, and the girl's name is Olivia, I think. And I used to watch her videos before in the past, and she used to do the Glow Up Diaries, and it was so helpful because sometimes, being the truth, sometimes, and it was just nice hearing someone to relate to, you know. For example, looking for validation elsewhere, not finding your imperfect self worthy, and seeing yourself as worthless if you're anything that is faltered or messed up, or if you make any mistakes, you see yourself as nothing. And I spent the majority of my life doing this, even coming into the truth, seeing the scriptures, seeing the commandments, and I do agree we have to try our hardest to follow the commandments, but the most I do tell us that we're not going just to be accepted by just following the laws, because we are imperfect people. Everyone sins, and He made that clear. And that's why He said you also have to have faith. But I feel so recently I've been letting that hunger to be perfect and to keep all the laws overcome everything in me, to the point where I condemn myself, where the Most High says don't condemn yourself. I let myself think about unhappy thoughts and dwell on things that make me upset, even though the Most High tells us not to do that. I get so focused on trying to follow the commandments that I break many in the process. And I was just thinking, like, when I first came to the truth, more how the Most High talks about our first love when we come into the truth. When I first came to the truth, I would see the Apocrypha, I would see the Bible, and I would just read and just study without any care in the world. Like, I wanted to learn, not only just to learn the laws, but I also had a hunger for it, It felt like studying for me, I look at so many things I find joy in, like studying Korean, studying art, studying the Bible. These things are studying. Yes, it's studying. Yes, that word, studying. The sad part is I love each thing. I like each thing I do, but the problem is me. The problem is my mindset. The problem is when I look at studying the Bible, I'm thinking to myself, I need to be perfect. I study Korean, I think I need to be fluent. I study drawing, I think I need to be better, perfect. It just everything dimes down to being perfect, but I'm not perfect. I'm learning. Instead of saying I need to learn, or like I want to learn, instead of saying I want to learn, I say I need to be perfect. I need to be perfect at everything. So nowadays, when I try to open up a Bible, or when I try to study a language or something like that, my brain just reminds me of how I'm not perfect, or how I haven't mastered that thing yet, how I can't recite each scripture, how I screw up and falter, how when I'm studying Korean I cannot understand every Korean show that I watch, or when I'm drawing and sketching, I might make mistakes, or I might not be perfect, or I'm not mastered a certain skill, or a different skill, or a different technique, or how in my schoolwork I'm not ahead, or I feel behind. I feel like I'm not as ahead as I want to be, that I think I'm running out of time, and that I need to be perfect before time runs up, when really you just have to try before time runs out. But I have been trying to be perfect. I have been trying to be something else, and I have been being really nasty to myself and really mean, and I've been just looking for everyone else to validate me as being worthy. Validate me and tell me that I can be loved, that I'm worth it. Before I do anything, the Most High talks about getting counsel. I don't seek counsel. I seek approval from others. Like the Most High can say in the scriptures that something is not a sin, and I'll go up to somebody, and it's not because I'm seeking their counsel truly. It's because I'm seeking their approval. I want them to tell me that, hey, that sounds nice. Hey, you should do that. Because I don't think that not only I just don't think that the guy is sad though, but it's not only like I don't think that my words alone, but I also don't trust myself like with the Bible. Like I don't think God word alone, which is so wicked. I should trust the Most High. I should read. I'm like, okay, that's what He said, because a lot of these words are plain and clear. And so I realize that these times I don't be going out to seek counsel. I'm seeking approval. I'm seeking for someone to tell me that they agree with me, because I don't believe that I'm worthy. I don't believe in my self-worth. And I feel as though that's a problem that a lot of us might have, I was so scared about putting myself on the internet. I'm scared about people judging me and saying rude things. And I know I'm not perfect. I know that. And I want to follow the commandments. I want to do these things. And I want to try my hardest. And I don't want to give up. And that's the honest truth for me. But I also know that, people can sit there and, judge you and stuff like that. And growing up, spending so much of my time being judged and doing all these things, I realized that I haven't gotten over a lot of it, And that I have to, a lot of these things need to be consistently overcome, consistently fought. One thing I realized recently is how a lot of times I looked at sin as something that could just been dealt with once. All I need to do is truly overcome slothfulness. All I need to do is truly overcome daydreaming. All I need to do is truly overcome lust. All these things. I just need to truly beat it once. That's not the case. Satan will leave, but he'll always come back. And that's the thing. We have to build up the ability to consistently keep trying to overcome these things. And realize that we might fall. We might falter. But it doesn't mean that we are not going to make it to the kingdom. It doesn't mean that our chances are over. It doesn't mean that there's no point in even trying anymore because we've fallen so many times. No matter how many times we fall, we're supposed to get up. And it's because God has not judged us right then and there. He hasn't said, okay, well, dang, once we fell, he hasn't come in like, okay, no more chances. Christ died so that we could keep trying. So keep trying, And it's something I just learned about myself. Like, I look at everyone and I see them as dictators in my life, Because I'm so used to it. Because I've grown with everyone telling me if I was worthy or not. And I've spent my life being called worthless by people. So now my brain needs others' approval. Now I'm making it to myself that if I'm not perfect, if I don't excel, if I haven't mastered it, then if I show it to others, they are going to see it faltered, and then they are going to call it out. That's all they're going to see, and they're going to say that I'm worthless. But that is how people are. People still judge me to this day. But I should not let that rule me. I should not let that dictate my life. I shouldn't let that be who I am. I'm trying. That's the goal, to keep trying. I don't want to give up. I want to keep going, and I love the things I do, and I like it, and I want to keep doing it. And so I shouldn't let people opinion, or eyes, or thoughts, or the way they make me feel make me want to give up, make me want to quit, make me hate myself, make me stop loving myself and stop seeking the scriptures and stop seeking little hobbies, even though they're vain, as long as they're not sinful, the things that I like to do, stop seeking them, Let people dictate me. It's so much to the point where I just stop being my own person. And the truth. I'm their little puppet. And then it also becomes a bigger sin. I'm people pleasing now. I'm trying to please everybody. Instead of focusing on pleasing God, which will please me in the end of the day. Because the Most High makes you happy. He brings joy in your life. And so when you stop seeking everyone else to bring joy in your life, you seek God to bring joy in your life, you will have joy in your life. You will be happier. You will feel better. And it's just, that's something I just realized. I watched her video and she made me look at myself and think, wow, I depend on everyone around me to tell me I'm worthy because I told myself that I'm worthless. And since I don't have that love for myself, that self-love, that self-worth, since I don't see myself in a worthy light, God looked at me and I was sitting there at the worst of my worst, and he said, I love her. She deserves love. I'm going to give my love to her. Here you go. Take my love. Here you go. Take my love. I'm giving you my love. And no matter I've fallen so many times, and God was still there. Many times. I'll tell you, many times I kept thinking to myself, oh my goodness, he's going to abandon me. And he has not done anything to abandon me. He only has proven by works and by Bible scriptures that he's still there and that he still cares. And it's Satan, it's the flesh. It's those things that make you feel like you're worthless. That even if you fall, that once you fall, that you're done for. But that's not the case, because that's why Christ died. Christ died so that even when we fall, we can still get up and try again. And so that's my little speech for today. And happy Sabbath. If we fall, we fall. Get back up again, Satan wants us to fall and give up. And the more you start to say that I'm worthless once I fall, the more that's going to lead to a road of just giving up. It's just like Satan catering your mind and basically corrupting it so that every time you think that way, sooner or later you're going to get to the point where I just give up. Don't think that. If you fall, get up, because that's why Christ died. Christ died so that you can try again. So try again. That's our goal. We may not be perfect, but we need faith and works. Let's try with our hearts and in our actions and in our spirits, and let's live for God inwardly and outwardly and love ourselves the way that He loves us. We want to forgive the people who we forgive people who fail, basically who hurt us. We forgive people who hurt us. You know, we need to forgive ourselves. We need to chill out. You know, a lot of times God has more mercy on us than we have on ourselves. You ever think about that? So start being merciful, not only towards others but towards yourself. Love you, because God loves you. Christ loves you. He died for you. So love you. That's it. Shalom, everybody. Au revoir. Lots of love. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.